Mother Mary Discourse during the 2022 Seven Sacred Weeks on December 18th. Our beloved Mother Mary told us, "Children of light, I am immensely happy to be able to pour my blessings once more upon your outer activity of consciousness. I say your outer activity because within the internal worlds our contact is constant. Know that whatever constructive talent or knowledge you develop in the outer world is something that was first prepared within your inner activity. I wish to remind you that you have these two activities, external and internal, and that they go hand in hand with each other. In each of them, you have a vehicle of experience. Your inner vehicle is very similar to your physical body, just as tangible, only more subtle. Many times you think that you need to fall asleep to visit the inner worlds, but is only a partial truth. As you are always in the inner worlds, even while you are awake and doing your daily tasks. I would like to also clarify that this inner vehicle is not your etheric double, in which some people perform the so-called astral projection. This etheric double is just a continuation of your physical body, generally vibrating at the same frequency and with the same negative memories and accumulations. When someone moves from the physical body in this vehicle without the assistance of an ascended master, he can only move to places on the physical plane that he knows physically or mentally, or to lower regions of the astral plane, which vibrate at his same vibratory frequency. Therefore, I need to make it clear to you that astral projection is something we do not advise for students who really want to rise above their human creations, as this is a very dangerous thing and can cause them a lot of damage mentally and emotionally. This etheric double or astral body is usually the vehicle used by life streams that have strayed from the path of light and allowed themselves to be manipulated by astral entities and selfish desires. If you wander this path, you are easy prey for destructive elements, often causing a delay of several embodiments before you can achieve final victory. Now, when we speak of your subtle bodies, in which you travel to our etheric retreats and temples, we are referring to a body of experience completely different from this etheric double. In this, you are moved by the intelligence of the higher mental body and not by your human mind. And the higher mental body, being one with the perfection and intelligence of your I am presence, it moves you safely only to places on the physical plane and octaves of light that will give you true learning and construct experience. In this finer body, you vibrate at a much higher frequency than your mental and emotional bodies. Your consciousness is more expanded and you are much more advanced. It is through this body that you continually receive training in the octaves of light and where most of your initiations take place. In my day, we needed to move physically to the physical retreats of the Ascended Masters in order to receive instruction. Today, the law of life allows most of that training to be done in your finer bodies. Everything has become much easier, but you need to maintain harmony and remain focused on constructive things so that what you receive in the internal worlds can come forth to your external activity. Therefore, your greatest initiation today is to rise above human discord, and that is why we harp on the need of harmony. Without this, what you learn and achieve in the higher octaves is not allowed to descend into your outer consciousness. The silent watcher spoke to you about the need to learn about the laws of silence so that you can quiet your thinking and feeling. This is a fundamental requirement for any student of the Ascended Masters, and it can only be achieved when you learn to sustain harmony by saying no to human discord. Beloved ones, when you are constantly carried away by discordant people or conditions, short forms of fear, envy, anger, pain, criticism, and rebellion, which are living entities, come to live in your aura. While you are nurturing them through discordant habits, they usually do not bother you too much. But when you, in moments of more clarity, receive an impulse from your higher mental body to perform an activity that gives you more inner strength, freedom, and clarity, they come out of silence and start to disturb you. Most of the voices that you hear in your head come from these entities that live in your aura, and they do everything to divert you from people and experience that can really help you. They know if you acquire perfect self-control over your emotional and mental vehicles, you will stop feeding them. First, they use friendly arguments, for example, that convince you that the person you want to approach is not a good friend or worthy of your trust. And if these arguments do not work, they started to cause a series of other problems whenever you want to be with that friend who is an instrument of light and freedom in your life. In this way, they always find a trick to keep you away from people, content, and experience that bring you expansion of consciousness and mastery of your feeling world. Many times, it is only when you call repeatedly for our assistance and use the violet flame or the blue flaming sword of Archangel Michael that we can really step in and help you to get rid of these parasites in your aura. These parasites are the ones that make it difficult for you to be still, because when you are quiet and harmonious, they are silenced, and you can receive promptings from your higher mental body and the ascended masters, who always want to help and release you. Therefore, please stay tuned and alert. Do not falter in the use of the violet flame, Archangel Michael's sword of blue flame, and beloved Astrea's cosmic circle of blue lightning. Learn to use these tools on yourselves, your environments, and the people you come into contact with on a daily basis. Call to me or any ascended master to help you discern between the voices and promptings of your higher mental body and those discordant voices that only keep you numb in lower habitats. We can only help when we are invited and when you give us freedom of action. My beloved ones, you need to keep your attention firmly on the threefold flame in your hearts. And regardless of your daily activities, learn to live in a state of listening grace. I could only fulfill my mission in the time of beloved Jesus, sustaining his immaculate concept, because I lived in this state, which kept me always silent inside, even when I spoke or moved outside. In this state, Mental and emotional activity are perfectly harmonious, and an inner space opens up for us to hear the gentle voice of our beloved I Am Presence, which always moves us in the direction of our happiness and fulfillment of the divine plan. I leave you now in the grace and love of my heart. Whenever you need it, call on my grace to surround you. Call on my love to comfort you. And call on my luminous presence to lift you to your victory. Thank you, Mary. Dear hearts, this was the Mother Mary's wonderful instruction to us. I love this discourse so much, and I always reflect on it. Hope you enjoyed it too. The next discourse I will record is the one of Lady Meta, who is the daughter of Sanat Kumara. And finally, I want to stress that the vehicle we use it to go to the Ascended Masters retreats while we sleep, as Mother Mary told us, is not the same vehicle that people use to do astral projection. This vehicle that Mother Mary spoke of is a temporary body built by the Ascended Masters, which surrounds our own astral bodies. It has the exact frequency that guarantees that we can pass through the layers of the astral world without being noticed by the beings that live there. This allows us to go straight to the retreats and get instruction. And when we are done with our training there, we safely return to our physical bodies. And if you want to know more about it, put that desire in the comments, and I can create a video about it. I leave you in the presence of love, healing, truth, resurrection, and light of our beloved Mother Mary now. Have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. God bless you.